So in last session, we talked about little bit HTML5, right? What is the HTML page? What should be the layout of it? What are the different tag? We did discuss about it. Today, I'm going to talk about JavaScript. So JavaScript is one of the scripting programming language, right? So in last session, I don't know, we discussed or not. We can use it client side or server side, or we both. Any guess?
Client side, I guess.
Okay. So I want to tell you, you can use it client side and server side both, right? How? Client side and server side difference? Please be fast. What I said. Do you know what is what is the client side? What is the server side?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, good. See, in web application, we have two kind of program. You have to say yes or no, right? First, program which execute on the server. Program which executes on server. Make sense? For example, Spring execute on client or server? Server, right?
Server.
Spring, your JSP, your servlet, right? All this, even time leaf, right? Where it executes?
Server.
Server. So the program which execute on server, that is called server side programming. Clear? But the program which executes at the client, means in the browser in this case, that is called client side. Program which executes inside the browser. Please, if you have any confusion, let me know. Program which execute inside the browser is called client side. So
Okay.
what about HTML? HTML executes at server side or client side? Client side.
Client
What
side.
about CSS? Client side. What about Bootstrap? Client side. What about jQuery? Client side. What about Angular? Reply. Client side.
Client.
React. Client side. I hope I'm making myself clear.
Yes, sir.
These are the technology which is going to execute at the client side. Anybody have any confusion? No.
No, sir.
So JavaScript, you can normally execute in client side or in the browser. But if you use Node.js, right? So we'll talk about Node.js more soon, right? If you use Node.js provides you a runtime platform to execute your Java code, sorry, JavaScript code. Mhm. So using Node.js, you can execute your JavaScript on server side also. You got a point? So if you want to use JavaScript server side, what you need to use? Node.js. Clear? So Node.js provides you the environment, runtime environment where you can run your JavaScript code. So using Node.js, you can use your JavaScript server side also. I hope I'm making myself clear. See, in real life, when you deploy web application, right? In web application, your HTML is, HTML pages, everything is present on server. Yes, you know? Hello? HTML,
Yes, sir.
everything is present on server. So if you want to run any HTML file, browser make a request to the HTML. What browser says? Browser says, hey HTML, a.html, I want to, I want to run you. So how is possible? From browser, you will make a request, right? Yes, you know, like
Yeah.
you'll say http/localhost IP address of the server, then port number, right? And here you can write the name of the HTML file. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
So what happens? When you type it, HTML file is present on server or client? Initially, it is present on server, right? So when you make a request to the HTML file, then what happens? Your HTML file will travel from server to the browser. Clear? So first of all, HTML file will be served from server to the client, right? Then this HTML will execute in the browser. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
So everything is present on server, but it depend on when you make a request, it's execute on server or client. So if it execute in the browser, right? So first of all, this HTML file should be loaded from server to your browser or not? Ashwarya,
Yes, sir. We have to.
it has to be loaded, right? And what about JSP and time leaf? No, no, no. They will not come to the browser. if you access any time leaf page, Aishwarya, what happened? First of all, that time leaf page will execute on where?
Server.
Server. Time leaf page wow execute on server. Make sense?
Yeah.
Once time leaf page will execute on server, it will generate the HTML. Nice. So time leaf what does? It generates the HTML page. Is correct? Yeah. Generates HTML file. Aishwarya, when you call any time leaf page, right? You refer any time leaf page. What it does? It will generate the HTML file. And this HTML file in the response, again, it will go to the browser and execute it. I hope you understand.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So what is the difference between normal HTML page and HTML page with the help of time leaf? Difference is normal HTML page will go as it is, but the HTML page which is embedded with the time leaf tag will execute on server and it will generate the HTML file. So what is the benefit of using time leaf with HTML? Time leaf makes your HTML page dynamic. Aishwarya, do you understand the meaning of it?
Yes, sir.
What time leaf does for HTML?
It makes
HTML page,
dynamic. Yeah.
yeah, HTML web page dynamic, right? So one thing is clear, right? Time leaf execute on server. That's why it is called server-side technology or programming language. Yep. Any question, query if you have? Hmm? What is the
Yes,
HTML
sir.
page? Sure, yeah. HTML page is a web page, right? Which you can use to design the web page so that user can interact with the application. Clear? Yep.
Okay.
So what is the use of JavaScript? Clear? So JavaScript is a scripting language and it is used at the client side. That's correct. It is used for client side validation. Actually, you need to understand what is the meaning of validation, right? So assume you are designing a page, right? Login page or whatever page. So what do you want? You want to apply certain validation. Validation means user input should be as per the
Spec.
business. Yeah, user should be as per the business requirement. For example, like username password. Tell me if you are designing login page. So before sending this data to the server, what you have to ensure, Aishwarya? Few things, right? What? First thing it should be, username should not be blank. Am I right? Or anybody can submit the blank username.
No.
So before sending data to the server from client, you have to perform some validation or not.
Yeah.
So that validation you can do with the help of JavaScript. Do you understand how what is the meaning of JavaScript helps you to validate the input? JavaScript is used for Java client-side validation. Is clear? Validation means Aishwarya,
Yes, sir.
username should not be blank, and you can also restrict it, like username should not be less than 5 character and not more than 20 characters, right? And password should not it should not be blank, and your password should have at least one alphanumeric, one digit, right? One special symbol. So you can put this kind of validation. How you can do it? Client side. Before sending to,
Server.
we can use here client side validation, right? We can use here client side validation. Aishwarya, tell me before sending
Server.
username and password from client, right, to the server. Aishwarya, do you understand the meaning of it or you got confused?
So validation is something like condition, right?
Condition. Like you may be applying the validation for email ID. So there is some rule, right? It must have
Yeah.
one at the rate, right? And
Mhm.
then .com, .co, .in, right? There is a specific validation for email ID. Mhm. Yeah. So first thing is JavaScript is used at client side. That is correct. Second, it is used for client side validation. Second point is clear to everybody. Please reply fast.
Yes. Yes, sir.
It makes your HTML page dynamic. Aishwarya, what is the meaning of it? In JavaScript, what you can do? in JavaScript, when you put your mouse on go button, right, you can change the background color of it, right? When you put mouse on it, you can add certain more control on it, right? Aishwarya, in this way, JavaScript makes your HTML page dynamic. Dynamic means on the fly using JavaScript, you can change the look and feel of your web page. If you understand, say I understand. Point number 3.
Yes.
And point number 4, Ajax. We can implement Ajax using JavaScript. Aishwarya, what is the Ajax? Ajax is a technique, right? Suppose you have a big page and you want to refresh a portion of it. In Facebook, have you seen the like button?
Yes, sir.
Like button, yeah.
So when you click on the like button, you might be experiencing what? There would be change only in number of likes, right? Nothing is get refreshed, right? When you click on it, only its counter will be increased or decreased. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is Ajax? Ajax is a technique, right? Ashwarya, you need to understand the meaning of it. Suppose you have a web page, right? Hmm? You just want to refresh the portion of it, only this portion, right? So how it is possible? Using Ajax. So who helps you to implement the Ajax? JavaScript. Ashwarya, you understand the meaning of Ajax or not?
Yeah.
So using JavaScript, you can just refresh a portion of the page, not whole page. Because if you refresh whole page, it will take time, right? So
Yeah.
using JavaScript, you can just refresh the portion of it. That is called Ajax. So who helps you to implement the Ajax technique?
JavaScript.
JavaScript. Okay. Last point important. JavaScript modifies attribute and behavior of the DOM element. You know attribute? Yep. Hello. You know attributes? Yeah. Objects, attributes, right? You can uniquely identify any object in the world. How, Aishwarya? On the basis of its attribute and behavior. So do you understand what is the meaning of it? Yeah. Suppose you want to identify some dog. What is the attribute of the dog? Tell me, please. You guys are not replying even for small questions.
Behavior, I guess. Behavior of dog.
How you can say this is dog?
Four leg or
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
of course. You can say
yelp.
tail, legs, eyes, right? His teeth, mouth, nose. Yes, you know. These are called attributes, right? Other thing which also helps you to identify dog is its behavior, right? Dog barks, dog can walk, dog can run, dog can jump. Make sense?
Yeah.
So how you can identify an object on the basis of attributes plus behavior? Confused? No.
No.
Oh,
So JavaScript modifies attribute and behavior of the DOM element, right? Ashwarya,
Yes.
suppose you have one text field, right? Its background color is initially white. Can I change the background color of it using JavaScript? Of course you can change. Means I am changing the attribute of it. Got it?
yeah.
Second thing is when you put a mouse on it, right? When you do mouse over, mouse hover on it, what happen? You want its height should be increased or its width should be decreased or increase whatever. That is called behavior, right? Basically, you want to perform some action. We'll talk about event action and all, right? So using JavaScript, what you can do, you can modify the either attribute or behavior of any DOM element. You need to understand the DOM, what DOM element is, right? DOM stand for Ashwarya,
Document object model.
document object model. So basically, here when you run any HTML page, right? So before rendering it in the browser, your browser basically creates DOM of it. What is a DOM? Document object model. So when you make typical HTML page, right? Its DOM is created in the memory. So do you know what is the typical skeleton of any HTML page, Aishwarya? You can easily generate one HTML page, right? And you can see the answer my question. You can easily see the skeleton of it. Hmm? Can you see this? This is the skeleton of one of the HTML5 web page. Replying.
Yes, sir.
So what happened? If I want to embed one image, which tag we have to use? Image.
Image.
SRC. Here we have to give the path of the image, right? My image name is like dog.jpg. So whenever you design the web page, and this web page execute at server side or client side?
Server side.
Well, HTML page execute at server side or client side?
Oh, client side.
So here people, other people, if you are sleeping, please get up. Okay. So for every HTML page, this HTML page name is like wow.html. So for every HTML page, right, document object model is created like this. And I'm telling you, I don't know last time I explained to you or not. In this, whatever tag you see as HTML tag, HTML body, right? All tags are called an object. Image is here. Image is what? One of the HTML tags. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
IMG is one of the HTML tag, right? And IMG is an object. IMG is an object. Ashwarya, this is clear?
Yes, sir.
IMG. Every tag you can think as an object, right? Here, every tag. What? Think. Every tag you can. Please help me to write all those things. You can. Here, every tag you can think
It's
as
object.
an object. Right. And all this object, right, Aishwarya? Whatever object we have in the HTML page, all the objects are organized in the memory in the form of tree structure. Can you see this? Your question is again in this we do not have form, right? We don't have those objects, Aishwarya. But this is typical, layout of any HTML page in the terms of DOM. Your question is from this where window, location, document, history comes, Aishwarya. These are the implicit object. What? Window. Aishwarya, help me. Location,
Window,
document,
location, document.
history. All are the implicit object. Implicit object means these are automatically created by the browser. These are called
Implicit.
implicit. These are called implicit
Automatically.
JavaScript objects because
Automatically created in the browser.
these are created automatically. Clear?
Yes,
So,
sir.
so your question should be, what my understanding is, whatever object we have in the web page, Aishwarya, before rendering it, before displaying it in the browser, it's create a DOM of all the object present inside the web page. Clear? So which will be the root, which will be the topmost element of it, Aishwarya? Window. This is created by you or it is implicitly created? Implicitly created, right?
Yeah.
And this window object has three children: location, document, and history. And other part, right? The other element inside the body, Aishwarya, like image, right? Maybe applet, maybe anchor, right? Maybe form. All of the children of it. Make sense? Or you got confused?
Making sense, sir.
People ask questions, right? So what is a document object model? Your answer should be, it is the tree structure of all the objects present in the web page. Aishwarya, can you help me to write it? What is DOM?
DOM is a tree
This is,
structure of all the
yeah,
object in the web page.
very nice. Tree structure of all the objects.
In the
This
web
is
page.
tree structure of all the objects present inside a web page. Nice. So your HTML web page is aggregation of many objects all together, Ashwarya. Can you say that?
Yeah.
You said HTML web page is aggregation of other objects. That's correct?
Yeah.
All together. Anybody have any question query for me? Eyes clear? And those objects are organized in the form of tree, Ashwarya, and that is called document object model. So every web page will have a document object model or not? Any guess? Every web page contains document object model tree. I don't know, you got this much or you got confused, totally confused?
Got it.
Got it?
Mhm.
And see, you tell me in document object model, Ashwarya, how many object may be present of one type? Like how many image tag would be there? Any guess?
As much as we make, I guess.
As much as you make, that's correct. So there may be multiple images object, multiple form object, multiple file object, multiple anchor, multiple applet. So how you can uniquely identify an object, right, Ashwarya? For this, you can define ID for every object. What? You can give the
I guess.
unique ID, Ashwarya. Clear? So let me
Yeah.
show you how. So every object can be uniquely identified in DOM. How? Apply.
by
How
ID.
you can? Yeah. So here we can then identify. How? We can identify, right? An object, right? In DOM. How? We can identify uniquely. Any guess? What you can uniquely identify? Just a second, please. Hey, why you're not replying? Can you tell me
Darling
what
sir,
you can
excuse me,
tell
sir.
me?
Can you consider like a name as ID?
No, 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 no.
No.
Name can be duplicated, and name normally we use for server side, right? So
Okay.
we should use name or ID. So here we can we can uniquely identify what? An object in DOM by its ID.
ID.
Done. Ashwarya. So when you create any object, right, in the HTML page, you should assign unique ID to it or not? Of course. So do you understand? I can make the, let me show you another nice example. Guys, can you help me? When I say, can you help me? You should say yes. I'm helping you. You know, you guys are helping me. That's why I'm able to do it, right? So this page, you have to say it is super simple, Ashwarya, because I know this much. If you allow to me, see my copy paste magic. People, you have to help me. You know, right? You know all those things. This is title. Reply, and you know all those things are. What is this? Already we discussed. These are the library
Bootstrap
and bootstrap.
libraries.
Yeah, and you know header tag. This is one of the semantics tag. Sorry, tag of HTML5, right? And this is inline CSS, right? And you know main basically identify main part of your HTML web page. This is the footer, right? Ashwarya, footer. You can give some background and all, right? You guys are not replying sometimes. Yep, you can give
Yes, sir.
and hello, and you can give some height to it, right? 30 px. So here you see how many images we have. Ashwarya, this question goes to you. In this, how many images we have? 3 image object,
Okay.
right? And every image object has unique ID or not?
Yes, sir.
So your question may be, what question? Your question should be, Nagin, could you please make a DOM of it? Answer is yes. So if you allow to me, can I run it?
Yeah.
I'm running it. Please, if you understand this much, DOM will be clear to you. Not a big deal. So I'm just running it over here. Can you see this, Ashwarya?
Yes,
This is
sir.
header and this is footer, right? Footer, you can give color of your choice. How? You know it. This already I explained you. I'm not going to tell you again, okay? Because you know all those things. Yes, you know?
Yes, sir.
You can give color of your choice here. Not a problem. Okay, let's give it this color. Oh, anybody have any question query? No question query at all, right? So here another thing is it's coming in between, right? So if you want to put this at the bottom, you can do it, Ashwarya. We have to put some, inline CSS and all. You tell me I should put this at bottom here. Yeah. So for this, I don't remember the syntax and all, right? I will just Google like fixed header at footer at bottom. People, sometime you should help me. Footer should go where?
Bottom.
Bottom. So in order to make it, this is here. Here I am creating my own style, Ashwarya, using a style tag. Don't try to understand much today, okay? What I'm doing here, in head, what I put, style object. Ashwarya, style object and style name. Here I want to make f footer dot f footer. So this is creating my own style sheet. Ashwarya, do you understand what I'm doing? I'm creating my own style sheet, right? And my style sheet name is f footer. Replying. I'm saying in my style position will be fixed left, from left, margin should be 0, bottom 0, width 100%, right? Background color, you can put the same. Should I reply? I'm just defining the CSS for what? Footer, and this
Footer.
CSS name is f footer. I have given it. Color is black and center. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So this CSS I can apply where? In my here. So if you want to apply above CSS, right? So what you need to do? Here you have to use class Ashwarya, class, and class name is this one. Hey guys, you understand? This is here I'm creating my custom CSS. We'll talk more about it, right? How to do it. Dot my CSS class name, curly bracket open and close, and you can define other attributes. So this much attribute I'm grouping with this and applying it. So what is the benefit of it? Any guess? This footer will come. It should come at bottom, right? It's not coming. I don't know. Let me check it. Expecting it should come. Class footer. No, it's not coming. Give me a second. Background color. Which page we are running? It's not working. I don't know. Should ideally work. Let me see what mistake I did again. Style.
Height.
Yeah. Issue was the height, right? Height was not there. That's why it's taking height 0. Everything is okay, and because of height, it was not coming. So that's okay. I think this is clear to everyone, right?
Yeah.
So again, if you want, I can give you a little bit idea, right? Not a problem. Like here, all this thing I can give here also, Ashwarya. Everything I can give here. What is the benefit of defining like this? Benefit is you can use at multiple places. Ashwarya, define once and use everywhere, right? So which one is the better approach? Ashwarya, I'm talking with you. What I say?
Yes, sir.
Which one is the better approach? Writing this thing again and again, or define once and use everywhere?
define once and use everywhere.
Yeah, this is called writing our custom CSS. I'm writing my custom CSS. You can give any name to it, right? So
Mhm.
what I'm seeing here, F footer, right? Done. So this is called CSS, where you am putting many things, right? Position fixed and all this attribute all together. Clear? And applying on this footer. What name I have given to it?
F footer.
F footer. So this is done. Yeah. Next thing what I'm going to show you is I want to show you the basically DOM of it, right? DOM. So let's see. I hope you don't have any confusion so far. Or yes? No. I should have. I have to make a DOM of it, right? Let's do that. So for this page, we have to make a DOM. You know what is a DOM? Your answer should be, sir, when you render this page, right, in the browser will create a what? Shreya, this
Web
question
page.
goes to you. Browser will create a DOM of it, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So how your DOM looks like for this? I'm just making for this specific page. So as per this, right, I told you some of the thing will be common, right? I'm doing copy paste. Shreya, what will be the common? Window, right? So as per this, right? See, I'm just making a, so this would be common always. So in document object model, which will be the top element of it? Any guess?
Window location.
Wind.
So this you have to understood, right? And location, document, history are children of it. And here, actually, document is going to, basically point entire, web page. Okay. So as per this, which will be, who is the children of the document, Ashwarya, in this?
Okay.
Children is image object, right? First is header. Can you see this? Header. One of the children of document will be as per
M.
this design, right? The document you can think entire page. Got a point? So you can make here one box, and this box is, please help me, header object. Ashwarya, right? So we have only one header. Then here we have another object, right? What? Main. You have to help me. See?
Yes,
Main.
sorry.
So here we have main. Basically, these are the object and one object is nested inside another object. Right? I hope I'm making myself clear.
Yes, sir.
Main. And Ashwarya, this main object will have other image object. Say you are following me.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So how many images object we have to make?
3.
3. So do you understand this funda?
Yeah.
This is called document object model. I'm telling you, you should have just little bit idea about it. Other thing I'll take care of it. So in document object model, how you can uniquely identify an object, Ashwarya? By assigning, nobody replying, by assigning unique ID to it. No?
Yeah.
Image
Yes, sir.
object, image object, image object. So you tell me in this example, I have assigned unique ID to or not? Yes, Ashwarya. First, what is the ID of it?
1, 2, 3.
ID is equals to img1, img2, img3. Okay, so using this ID, can I access this object, image object, Ashwarya? Yes, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How? In order to access, I can take the help of document object. How? In JavaScript. Document is one of the implicit object, Ashwarya, and it has a method get element by ID. You can say, hey document, can you return me the object? Which ID is? Any guess?
1, 2.
Image1, image2, right?
Yeah.
So I am saying image2. So this will give me the object of what?
Image 2.
OBJ, right? So in JavaScript, if you want to declare any variable, we use either var or let. You can think vars. What? Var. Can you see this? Hello?
Yeah.
In Java, how you can declare the variable? Integer x. Remember, I forget it.
String.
Here, for everything, what you have to use?
Var.
Var. So this object is pointing to which object? Any guess?
Object 2.
Object 2. That's it. Nice. So using this object, what I can do, I can access everything of this image object, right? If I do any change in this, where it will reflect? On the web page. Aishwarya, this you are displaying on the web page, am I right?
Yeah.
Suppose I want to change the image of it. What I need to do? obj.src, because src is one of the attribute of it. Can you see it in the photo? Image is an object, id, src, style, other are what? Attribute of it.
Sure.
How to access the attribute of the object? You can use obj.src equals to, you can give the new image, Aishwarya, new.jpg. So when this line will execute, what happened? Aishwarya, this question goes to you. Once this line will execute, what happened? This new image will be replaced to this new image will be rendered on this object.
Yeah.
See, problem with you guys are sometimes you're not replying. That's why you guys are not learning it. What about the other people? If you do not say yes or no, then how will you come to know?
Image.
Here, if this is what is the use of this script tag? This tag is used to embed. Apply. What I'm saying?
Embed. This tag is used to embed.
This tag is used to embed JavaScript code. Please, a JavaScript logic code inside HTML tag. This tag is used to embed JavaScript code inside
HTML tag.
HTML web page, you can say, no problem. Yeah. And type is optional, Aishwarya. You can delete it also. Understood. And if you want to write some logic, you have to use function. And function name could be anything, you know. What name you want to write? Anything. Wow. Is it clear to you? Function means you want to write logic in JavaScript, and this function name is wow. And what you want to do? In this function, when this function is called Aishwarya, I want to change the photo of it, right? How you can do that? Document. You remember? I'm confused. Dot get element by ID. Spelling is important. Spelling is important. It is case sensitive. Element by ID. G small, E capital, B capital. And here you can give the ID of it. Show you ID 2. So what happened? You are getting reply. You are getting an object, and this object is pointing to this image object. This one. You are saying, hey, image object, I want to change your attribute. Which attribute? Dot src. You want to replace with which image? Aishwarya. So we can take some other image, right? If you want. People, child image. So you can take some small. You can take some other image, right? And let's put over there. Make sense? Yep. I'm going to download it. You know how to download the photo?
Yeah.
I just downloaded in my D drive, I guess. People, I took one image and putting it where? In my IMG folder. Aishwarya. So what do you want to do? You want to replace this photo. So you have to write the path. Path is what? Help me. Path is, any guess? IMG slash, sorry.
SRC.
G slash. Make sense? So which image will be replaced, Aishwarya?
Yes, sir.
You say here again, in this, you are fetching this image object, which ID is image2. Right? So I got this object. Make sense?
Mhm.
And I'm saying, hey object, I want to change your src with this image to this image. But you want to do when? I want to do it when you click on some button. Ashwarya, do you know how to make a button in Bootstrap? You can use button tag. Help me. Type equals to button. Class equals to make it nice, you can write btn. Then btn. No need to remember it, right? Danger. Go. Ashwarya, you understand this button?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
And
sir.
in this button, we have, see, button is an object. Type is one of the attribute of it. Class is one of the attribute of it. Here I'm just using another attribute of the button, Ashwarya, on click. On click is one event, right? So when you click on this button, what you want to do? You want to call this method, Ashwarya, wow, and parenthesis. So
Okay.
what I'm doing? What is the on click? On click is one of the attribute of go. So this track on click event, right? On event means when you click on it, it will call which method? Wow.
Image 2.
So parenthesis and semicolon, done. If I run this page, Ashwarya, what should happen?
To replace the child.
Refresh it, and when you click on it, this image should be replaced by
Child.
child.
One.
Done. So this message clear or you got confused?
Got it, sir.
So what I want is